Hello, my name is Ftra Miah, and I will be discussing the Ashley Madison hack and its relations to the tensions between personal responsibility and the social responsibility of keeping client information both confidential and safe. Ashley Madison is an infidelity-based dating service that prides itself on discretion and putting users' privacy above all. Since its inception in 2002, over 55 million accounts have been created. It's understandable as to why users on this website in particular care about privacy and security, given how deplorable cheating is. On July 2015, a hacker group that goes by the Impact Team threatened to release the personal information of 32 million users if Avid Life Media, the parent company of Ashley Madison, did not shut down its operations. Avid Life Media dismissed the threat, and the Impact Team subsequently released the information across various networks. Personal information such as real names, home addresses, and credit card transactions were leaked. Motivation for the hack is due to the immoral services that Ashley Madison provides. The leaked information brought shame to many. There were 2 cases of suicide in Toronto that stemmed from the leak. Millions of marriages are potentially ruined. Business executives, politicians, professional athletes, and celebrities are also amongst the many who are impacted from the leak. Avid Life Media offered 500,000 Canadian dollars for any information of who is behind the Impact Team, but there is still no accurate answer. The Ashley Madison hack is a prime example of the tensions between personal responsibility and the social responsibility of honoring the victim's interests. Those exposed can argue that Ashley Madison is to be blamed for not being able to provide secrecy, but can also be argued that those exposed should have personal responsibility to not engage in behavior that can have these terrible impacts.
Hello, my name is Jin Tan, and I will discuss the recent Equifax hack. As some of you may or may not know, Equifax is one of the 3 nationwide credit reporting companies. A little background on the hack is that during May to July 2017, hackers gained unauthorized access to its data. In July 29, they discovered the hack and immediately stopped the intrusion. Not until 6 weeks later, on September 7th, they officially alerted the public about the cybersecurity incident. Such a long delay is shocking, but given the lack of regulations, it's not at all surprising. What sets Equifax's latest breach apart has less to do with numbers, as Yahoo's data breach last year affected 500 million accounts, but the value of the data stolen. The unknown hackers gained access to names, birth dates, social security numbers, and addresses of their users. Criminals can easily apply for fraudulent loans, open bank accounts, credit cards, and so much more. This situation puts their customers at risk while these companies avoid consequences. A breach of this proportion serves as a warning for what may lay ahead. But companies are not incentivized to prioritize our privacy. They need to be pressured. People have a right to know if their personal data is secure. Our digital identities are extensions of ourselves, and we have a right to know if we are physically and financially secure. We can depend on these companies in good faith. It's up to government regulators to keep them in check. The hack is a case study in why we need better data breach laws.
Hi, my name is Martinez, and I'll be discussing Facebook and Google's role in the presidential election investigation. So, they're pretty much the 2 of the biggest socio-technical systems that we interact with on a daily basis. Facebook is a large social media technology company with more than 2 billion monthly users. It has quickly become one of the easiest ways for businesses of all sizes to advertise to their customers through Facebook, Instagram, and the Audience Network. Alphabet is the umbrella company for the world's most popular search engine, Google, which runs the world's largest online advertising business. Our last presidential election was surrounded by a lot of controversies. Congressional lawmakers are presently investigating Russia's role in the election, and Facebook and Google have become a part of it. Both Facebook and Google have come out stating that they have found Russian accounts advertising on their platforms during the presidential election. Facebook uncovered around $150,000 in ad purchases connected to potentially politically related ad spending, purchased by Russian accounts. So these ads were said to reach around 10 million Facebook US users. Google had a similar problem occur with Russian operatives spending tens of thousands of dollars on ads on YouTube, Google Search, and Gmail. This spread of fake news across two of the biggest advertising platforms further blurred the line between personal responsibility and accountability versus social responsibility of honoring those affected interests. Both of them are platforms that facilitate easier advertising for businesses and their ideas, regardless of their size and intention. But should they be responsible for an entire nation's presidential election outcome if others were to use these platforms to share their ideas? Google and Facebook will be testifying this November 1st, 2017, before the House Intelligence Committee regarding these Russian advertisements on their platform, but they are getting a lot of backlash from all sides for letting Russians' paid advertisements run during the campaign election season. But is it fair for these companies to be blamed in this way? If their companies' models are to establish a platform where people can advertise and share their message with others, Google and Facebook are a great present-day example of the tension between their personal responsibility versus the social responsibility. Although both companies have come out and publicly stated that they will try to do more to monitor where their ads come from and how they are funded, is it really a part of their personal responsibility as a company to do?
Hi, my name is Jenny, and I'll be focusing on electronic surveillance and the debate and tension between Apple and the FBI. According to NBC, the huge debate between Apple and the FBI started with the San Bernardino terrorist attack in California, where Syed Farook had killed 14 people and injured 22 in 2015. The FBI was able to retrieve an iPhone 5C used by Farook. While Apple helped pull data from Farook's iCloud account, some dates were missing and the FBI was not able to get into his phone because they didn't know the passcode. After 10 unsuccessful password attempts, the system would actually disable the phone, making it inaccessible. The FBI requested for Apple to create a new software that would allow them to unlock his phone. However, Apple decided not to comply with their request as the company stood firm regarding user privacy. Many other tech companies also opposed this request as it would undermine security and essentially set a dangerous precedent. This certainly raised the question about consumer privacy and whether or not the government has a right to unlock these iPhones in these cases. In its argument, the FBI and DEA cited the All Writs Act, a law originally passed in 1789, which authorized the federal courts to issue all writs necessary or appropriate in aid of their respective jurisdictions and agreeable to the usages and principles of the law. Apple is making the argument that if the FBI could access this iPhone, nothing would stop them from doing it to many others, and it would threaten the security of all other iPhone users. Now it raises the question of what side Apple should be on. Apple is dealing with the responsibility and duty as a company to stay true to their values and protect civil liberties and consumers' privacy, as well as responsibility to protect society as a whole when national security concerns are raised.